Yoo-hoo! What is happening, people? I hope we're all keeping good. We're going to call this the review. I think we actually called it the review, Pierce, but definitely should have renamed it the counselling season. This is going to be like a therapy session today, mate. I just needed to get it all off my chest. What did you think?
What did you tell us? I had a bad feeling from. I was back in confidence during the week, and then I had like a string of bad luck last week, and I knew something was off when I couldn't get into the church on Saturday night to go to mass, and I was like, something's bad's after happening here. Something's up, and then Sunday just felt weird. I think I was like that thick nervous tension all week. I was too confident. I don't know. I thought maybe the players were too confident, but it just wasn't. I don't know what you think.
I think that the shiny new AirPods they're just breaking you up a wee bit, mate. A couple of times where you cut off. The AirPods seem to be just breaking off a wee bit. We need to get down with these podcasts. Maybe we're going with a 2017 look here with the wired earphones. Know what I mean? Need to get myself one of them shiny new the headsets with a microphone and stuff. So
can you hear me better now?
I made your crystal clear. As the exact same as you. It was weird. I think we spoke about this during the week as well, in the lead up to the game. It's weird. Leading up to derby games against them, you're usually like in nerves and bits from like a week out. I didn't feel nervous until the day before. And it was strange. I don't know whether it was because it's so close to the game at Abrax, but I don't know. It was a weird one. I totally went into it as well, full of confidence, and it just brings you back down to earth when it's a bit sobering when you see a result like that there. But they just looked like the fitter team. It was a weird one. Like we spoke about this. They had that game on Thursday, and everyone on my buzzing everyone on Twitter when they went in the extra time and stuff. You know, everyone was fucking happy days. This is going to suit us really well, and it just wasn't the case. We just looked very lethargic. We looked very off the boil. You see that yourself. You were at the game. What was it like in the first sort of 10 minutes?
Well, I can't see it in Hampden, so I wouldn't be coming to me from my view of tactical of how I thought the game was going, because you couldn't see it. But from the very first minute, was the first 2 or 3 minutes, they had that breakaway chance when Kent skied the ball over the bar.
Yeah.
As soon as that, I was like, oh God. But we couldn't get in the ball in the middle of the park at all. The game was just bypassing our midfield, and they were just running at us. The wings, the midfield didn't feel like there was anything coming from the wing at all. But I know Jota had like a half decent. But was that the first half? Was that the first half of extra time? That ball across. That was extra time. Actually, wasn't the ball across the face of the goal?
That was the only time that Jota cut on there. He didn't cut on there right. He went there left. Great ball. That's where he should have missed. Yeah. Someone running in on top of it. But no.
The first half we couldn't get on the ball. We didn't. Did we even? I honestly can't think of us having any particular real chance. Or we had there was a couple of balls. Like, there was Jota at a header, but that was it. We didn't have any chance. We didn't. Like you're saying, we couldn't get on the ball. We weren't moving. There was no passes. Hatate just looks. He has to come out of the team. I can't believe I'm saying this. What I was saying like 2 and 3 months ago, but it's just complete lack of energy from him, and people are running past him like he's not even there.
Crazy. We spoke about it. Sort of St. Johnstone. The St. Johnstone game was sort of where we're all a bit like, fuck, what happened there? You know, Hatate was fantastic. The whole team were fantastic, but in that game, I've said it, and you know, I'm going to bring his name up again with Beaton. I know it's becoming a bit of a laugh and a bit of a joke now. I think that we lack a real fucker in there, a big brute, number 6, just to try and break up play. It was evident from the fucking first whistle. You knew going into that game, they needed to stop us in the travel. That's their everything. They've now become a club. You know, they stopped our 10 in a row and they stopped our travel. You know, you knew that they were going to be coming in. They were going to be flying challenges. Challenges were going to be going left, right, and centre. They were going to try and rough up Rogic. Rogic wasn't able to take a breath. They were on him right away. McGregor, I thought, was very good at times, just as usual self. I just think, again, I'll say it again, I just would love to see a number 6 in there to let McGregor do a lot more going forward with the ball. That's when I think he's at his best. That's when I think he's at his most dangerous.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I think we were saying to somebody else, or no, someone was saying to me about McGregor, or about the midfield, like needing someone in the middle of the park who could just break things up, and particularly helps them when, I mean, I don't know what happened, considering like they were useless up until, let's say, last season, and in the space of a summer, they became so street smart where they're able to share out the kicking on Rogic amongst themselves to know, right, you do them this time and then I'll do them. Now, it kind of helps that like Madden wasn't. We can get into Madden later, but it helped them that Madden was just kind of letting them going away with stuff. But even at that, Rogic was a non-entity. And the game on Saturday, he got somebody. O'Reilly was a lot better when he came on than Rogic.
Yeah, he looked a lot more dangerous and stuff. Again, I just think that there was moments in that game. Lundstrom, believe it or not, I know there was a few tweets after saying that was Lundstrom booked. Lundstrom wasn't booked. And we will get no doubt we'll get into Bobby Madden. We don't want to start off talking about him. But Lundstrom, in the name of God, the reason why I was looking at him so much, half time he was 14-5 to get booked. And I thought to myself, that is an absolute banker. And I think it was in the first 5 minutes of the second half, that time where we were sort of breaking away. He took out, was it Hattari? He took out, I think it might have been Hattari. Took him clean out, stonewall yellow card, and just,
Did he not? I thought he got booked.
He didn't. No, Lundstrom wasn't carded, man.
All right.
As far as I'm aware, he was. I could be wrong on this. Can make a total fucking idiot of myself, but I don't think he was. Aribo was booked. I don't think Lundstrom was booked.
Yeah, Aribo
was lucky to stay on the pitch. Lundstrom was lucky to stay on the pitch as well. Again, it's very easy when you get beat to look at decisions with a referee and you look at certain individuals from Rangers and talk about yellow cards and red cards and whatever. But that is a fact of the matter. What I'm saying, and I'll go back on what I was trying to say there, was that with Beaton, when you have Beaton in there, can he be relied upon every single game? No, he can't. He's very sort of rice. He can make silly challenges. He's done it at Ajax a couple of times and he can send it off and one on. But for me, you need someone in there to protect the likes of Hattari. That time, Hattari and John Lundstrom, there was a bit. They're all over Twitter. What? Some people's fucking profile pictures, Lundstrom screaming at Hattari. Like, you need a number 6, and that's where you miss the likes of a Scott Brown. Scott Brown's in the middle of that, fucking get into them, and the likes of Hattari doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Kenny's just commented on the video as well, saying our midfield was totally absent apart from McCallum McGregor, who was having to do the work of 3 players. Very poor performance, and I couldn't agree more with you, Kenny. It just looks, the midfield just looked very imbalanced or something. It just looked, we could see it. You could see it. You were at the game. I could see it. I'm watching it on TV. Listen, we're not Ange Postecoglou. We're not going to come on here and slate the man. We're not going to come on for everything he's done. It's been a fantastic season so far. And even to be talking about going for a travel this year was miracle stuff. But again, you can just look at that and go, we're definitely missing a number 6. We're missing someone in there breaking up play and, giving the centre-back partnership a bit of breathing space and helping out McGregor and allowing McGregor to get more involved in the game.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. The midfield was because the midfield wasn't getting on the ball. They were just coming at us, and as the game went on, moving to the second half. I think we scored was it like the 60th minute or something like that?
63rd minute or something.
Yeah, like from the new best left back in the world. But that kind of 15 minutes, kind of either side of the goal, was it. That was the only time in the game where we looked like I mean, if Kartaveka scores the chance, the game's done, and everyone knows the game's done. And I suppose that's the fine margins and stuff that they obviously got a lift from that. They pushed on, and then even watching the game, it looked like we were just hanging on. As I was saying to you, once they equalised, I ended up watching from the back of the stand because I could just sense there was a goal coming. They had bombed Tavernier on. He was basically playing like in an outside, like right wing formation. I mean, like it's for their goal. Goldson played a ball maybe 50 yards up the pitch to a free man, like who was maybe 10 yards short of our box, and there was no pressure on him, and he played what was actually a poor ball across. He kind of shinned the ball across the box, And as the goal was going in, as the goal was going in from our field, all I could think of was anyone but him to score. Like, but it kind of summed up the defense. The goals summed up. We just looked nervous and shaky. Even that one they missed an extra time where Hart kind of bobbled it and went over the box. We just looked, as opposed to 2 weeks ago at Ibrox, because they didn't play any differently to what they played in Ibrox. They got balls out wide and they flung balls into the box. But yet we seem to just cope so well with it at Ibrox, whereas on Thursday we just looked, or on Sunday we just didn't look. I don't know really I don't know if you can anyone really explain what happened or not.
It's hard to, isn't it? It's hard to. Again, I was speaking to the ones I was watching with, a couple of misses watching with. We're talking about this. They were first to everything in midfield. They were first to everything. They got the wee scrappy balls all the time. It just seems like they were winning everything in the middle of the park. As well, I thought that, you know, there was a chance. Do you remember the chance Roof had, and he put it away just past the post?
Yeah,
we were standing 5 yards off him. Do you know, you want someone on top of Lundstrom was the exact same, but kept affording him room. And that was the exact same with the Arfield goal. The first goal they scored, Taylor was nowhere to be seen. You know, Tavernier was just bombing up and down. Now, don't get me wrong, Taylor was doing a lot of work inside. It was very critical. Taylor thought that he was poor. Took his goal, don't get me wrong, got a bit of luck, but got himself in a class position. And it was actually made up for him when he scored that goal. You could tell how much it meant to him when he scored. But you can't be letting the likes of Tavernier, you can't be affording him at room. And we kept doing it in the second half. Yeah. You know, surely to God you see it. You're 1-0 up. Carter Vickers misses that chance. Surely you look at that game and go, right, we need to shore us up. We need to get Beaton in there, try and break up play, try and give our defence a wee bit of support. Tavernier is going to play them balls every single day of the week. This is what he does. We kept getting away silly fouls in dangerous positions. Do you know?
That's ridiculous. But Beaton definitely, because I could be wrong, but someone said to me Beaton wasn't even on the bench. But was he on the bench?
I don't think he was, because that when it zoomed in on Tierney and Griffiths before the match, Beaton was beside them.
Yeah.
So
he was wearing a suit like not like a playing tracksuit, like
exactly. Not too sure where he was. He may not have been fit. Don't get me wrong. Haven't got the state as a clue, but I know McCarthy was on the bench. Am I McCarthy's biggest fan? I'm not. You know, I mean, 4-year fucking deal. He's sitting on the bench. You know, you could see you need someone in there like that. I don't know. I was frustrated by that. And like you said, Pierce as well, momentum just started to swing with them. When they got that first goal, it sort of looked a wee bit inevitable. You know, you look at that and go, was that a wake-up call for us? We didn't respond to the goal whatsoever. It was so frustrating.
I think we had one. I'm completely getting mixed up now between, was it like extra time or normal time, but we kind of had one. I think we had like a corner or two towards the end, like the very end of normal time, and then we had one chance where the only thing for me Jota did on Sunday was he won a slide tackle down the corner to Celtic end, and then you thought, right, we have a chance here, just run to the box, and Kyogo was standing on the edge of the box to pull it back, and he just Jota was you know, I don't see it at all, but there was an absolute imposter syndrome coming out of that guy on Sunday. It was, didn't want to run anyone, didn't want to do it. I mean, Tavernier was playing so far up the pitch. Yeah, it didn't ever look like Joe had any free space or anything to run at people. I don't know what was going on. And then Kyogo, the ball we said it as well, but we badly missed Jack Marcus because we were playing long balls to Kyogo up front.
Doesn't work. That doesn't work.
No.
Goldson, they're just gonna fucking clear out every single time. Do you know what? That was frustrating. That's what was so frustrating. You could tell though. You know, there were so many things that frustrated me in the game. At times, you know, Joe Hart playing that ball out, putting ourselves under so much pressure. You know, you can see you want to play football. You used to get that from a goal kick, and 100%. But in games like that, there you're just like, right, we need to get fucking try and get the ball out wide. You know, try and create chances. We just weren't doing it. Do you know? And like you say, them long balls up top, they're just not going to work unless you have Jack McIntyre, who's a physical presence, who can knock them balls on for the likes of, you know, Maeda or Jota. You know, that sort of goes out the window. You know, we haven't got a fucking player in the forward line there above 5'10". You know, you're talking about small players. That doesn't work. I thought Jota. I have defended Jota. I think that Jota is a talent. The likes of that game there. He was disappointing. He was so disappointing. For me, the worst thing that Jota done in that game was the ball was coming to Jota. Extra time, it was definitely extra time. I don't know where it was the first half or the second half. I think we might have been 2-1 down. But he let the ball go out for a throw-in instead of taking his man on. 15 yards of space in front of him. And he let the ball go out for a throw-in. I couldn't believe what I was watching. That there indicates that, maybe there's a wee bit of lack of confidence there. He understood that he didn't really have a good game and didn't want to take his man on. Get that ball and get that ball into the box. You need a fucking goal. Don't be letting the ball go out for a throw-in. Those short corners as well. Honestly,
what was the one we went down straight for the throw-in?
Yeah.
We completely messed it up.
Again, we can't be too critical of the team. I feel this season has been fantastic so far in a domestic sense, but you can't be critical of that game. You can't look at that game and get frustrated. Obviously the league is the be-all and end-all. This is what we wanted this season. We want to be in the position we are, 6 points clear with that goal difference. But, performances like that against, you need to be, or you need to show up for every single game. It doesn't matter who you're playing against. You need to be, you need to be up for every single challenge. I don't know. 1-0 up. I thought we could have brought on Beaton just to shore it up. And you could see, obviously Van Bronckhorst realised that. That's why he brought on Davis and Arfield. We've seen that they were getting a wee bit of success in the middle of the park, and he brought on fresh legs. And once they come on, it was just sort of like inevitable. It was like, fuck me. Frustrating, mate. Frustrating. Tough to watch at times. But there were so many of those, idiotic decisions when it came to like short corners, when it came to, the likes of that, like Jota letting that ball go out. But you could talk about it until you're blue in the face. Some of the decisions, it's hard not to talk about Bobby Madden here. It's hard. That for me is one of the worst refereeing displays that I've ever seen. Not just in Scotland. I'm talking about in any football game I've watched, whether that be kids under 16 football here in the north. That was abysmal. From the very start to the very end, he was absolutely dreadful. What do you think of Bobby's performance, P?
Are we getting onto that now? I don't.
Let's get straight into it.
I think people don't think you're allowed to say that Celtic were rubbish, and he was also terrible. Like, they're not mutually exclusive events. Like, Celtic got what they deserved on Sunday. They didn't deserve to win. They didn't do anything really to think, Celtic are like, they didn't look like the best team in Scotland, which you're hoping they'll be if they win the league. But his performance it started off early on when he booked, was it Tati or McGregor? He booked really, really early on.
McGregor? I think it was McGregor.
He dragged one of them down. Yellow card straight away. But whereas they were getting 3, 4, 5 fouls, there was one he gave a free on, was it Rogic, for like trying to hold them off, and then gave them a free kick. Like, it was just the hot ball was honestly unbelievable. Like, I could not believe the hot ball. Like, Celtic had the ball, Celtic were away, and he brings the ball back for the hot ball. And I honestly thought, he's obviously, like, this is annoying. He's had to slow the game down, but like, he's just doing the hot ball to give the ball back to the keeper. But then he puts the ball down from the play. It's just like and then telling McGregor to go away. McGregor should have just said no and just went for it, because that's surely not in the rules.
The worst one for me was, I think it was like 5 minutes to go, and he gives Celtic a free kick. Celtic played the ball quick, had plenty of space, looked like an opportunity. He brought it back and gave Rangers a free kick. Oh, what was that? There was one as well where Rebo was like literally wrestling McGregor, and he gave a free kick to Rangers. It's just like, come on, the fuck, like, the man hadn't even got out of the shower and dried himself off, and he was on putting a post on Instagram. Chris Boyd's underneath it, writing underneath it and stuff.
He just wants to be a celebrity, because he was on like Open Goal or something during like lockdown.
What is that like?
I think he wants to be like Howard Webb or one of these celebrity refs down like from England. But he was absolute, like, the man. No, I don't want to say it in libelous in case anyone's listening, but he's incompetent. Is the best word I'll use, and some of his decision making is strange.
But I mean, it's no coincidence that they complained about Willie Collum at Ibrox 2 weeks ago, saying, well, saying they didn't get a penalty, even though we should have had a penalty from Maeda. And then Bobby Madden's announced the following week to be the referee. Like, these things don't just happen or materialize.
Yeah. No, 1,000,000%. Like, you know, you could talk about, like, we don't want to come on here and speak about refereeing performances. You know, we know what it is. It's been happening in my lifetime. It's been happening in my father's lifetime. It's happened in my grandfather's lifetime. It's nothing new. It's nothing unsurprising. But at the same time, you know, even today, VAR is going to be introduced in Scotland after the World Cup in Qatar in December. Is that right?
Yeah.
But even that, you know, you can't really trust. Imagine it was Bobby Madden making the decisions at fucking wherever they're going to be based. You know, you can't really put your full faith that the correct decisions are still going to be made. Like,
I think people think like these VARs are all like the goal line technology. It's like some sort of machine that just corrects stuff, but it's just the referees that make like correcting the referees themselves. I think it's. Is there any Scottish referees at the top doing like Champions League games or European Cup? Because the standard of refereeing in Scotland is absolutely diabolical. Like overall, and look, I don't want to like go on far too much about the referees because like Celtic were rubbish, but I think days like Sunday happen because when Celtic playing games and they win and the referee's just atrocious, Celtic don't say anything. So if you say it now, it just looks like sour grapes, like, and that kind of allows it to go on. They'd be better off calling out this stuff when they win games because like it's just feeding into allowing the referees to go on with this. Remember they put in the complaint about, was it Willie Collum the last time?
it wasn't too long ago.
Yeah,
They have a thing about Clancy as well, don't they?
Yeah,
they're not a big fan of Clancy.
They just say whatever they want and there's no consequences for it.
I think I was after the Aberdeen game that put the complaint in.
Yeah, that was their first red card in like 2 years of football. Scottish football.
Like you say, you don't want to be talking about it too much. It is what it is. We'll hope the VAR can change it. Even if it changed it by 5 or 10%, you'd be happy. I mean, it's that bad. Like, it's so fucking poor. But it's allowed to continue every single season. It's atrocious. But look, I know you can't take away from the performance. I thought we're just a lack of heart, just a lack of fitness. There was a lack of fitness. It looked like, I know it's very cliche to say because everyone's been saying it, but it looked like we were playing on Thursday night. It looked like we were the team in extra time. They just wanted it more. They were hungry. You could tell by their celebrations after the game with the players. That was their everything.
No, I didn't say it. Was it much? Yeah.
You thought they won it. Listen, like I say, that was their everything. It's all about stopping us now, isn't it? It's all about stopping our our 10 in a row. It's stopping our travel. The win for it, like.
And now they're on the semi-final of the European competition now. Like I think that they did have momentum going into Sunday, and you might have played like 120 minutes, but that adrenaline takes you through. Like, say if they had to come down to like a smaller game on Sunday, maybe they mightn't have had as much energy. But you're just because you're just powering through games at this stage now. Yeah. So look, but we had a whole week to prepare, weren't ready at all. I know I was critical of Ange to start and then came around. Like, still an big Ange fan, but some of the subs were just crazy. I thought. I don't know. The Welsh at right back was mental.
Oh, honestly, that was it brought us back the last season. It brought me back the last season. Especially right back. It shows you, how much we rely on Juranovic. Juranovic is just absolutely class, in my opinion. He's a fucking sensation. Just shows, just hope to God. I don't think there's been any sort of word if he's injured or he's going to be out for a while or if he's just pulled up or whatever, cramp or whatever. But I don't know if there's been any.
From where I was standing on Saturday behind the goal, he sat in the stand, but it looked like an ice pack or something wrapped around his feet. So I think if it was too bad, he would have went down the tunnel. So I'm hoping he maybe just cramped up or just kind of pulled a muscle. But Carter Vickers, well, he looked knackered. Like he looked
He
like
did.
actually, and then Hart was still giving him the ball.
He's cramping up, like literally fucking hobbling, and Joe Hart passing the ball. When Joe Hart passed that ball to Stephen Welsh, honestly, my TV was fucking near out the window. I couldn't believe it. I was like, get the ball forward, the fuck, get it, fucking get it out wide, or But I thought our wingers let us down. Pierce, again, listen, I cannot be critical of James Forrest. James Forrest has given me some memories that will stay with me forever. He's been an absolutely sensational player for Celtic. It's a wee bit sad to see him performing the way he has been performing. I think injuries are finally catching up with him. Don't get me wrong, I hope he proves us all wrong. I'm back with game time. He can come back into the scene. But I don't have to say it, that attempt going on back after Bassi, that was absolutely brutal. I've seen some people saying that he hid. He just didn't. He offered us absolutely nothing. Like you say, I thought our subs were just poor. Like, and before the game, we were actually talking. A couple of lads were talking before the game, going, "Jesus, the bench looks really strong." But you thought with O'Reilly coming on, with Kyogo coming on, those two could have linked up and created a few chances. Kyogo,
he's still not fit, isn't he?
He's so far off the pace. Like, we were calling for him. I was calling for him to be back in the team a couple of weeks ago. He was probably still on his fucking bed being treated. But he looks off the pace. Like, I thought O'Reilly done okay. But Jota just that one time, like we said at the very start, that time where he cut on the left and put the ball across the backs. I was surprised when he brought off Maeda. Unless Maeda was, had a wee bit of an injury or he was completely ran himself into the ground. I thought Maeda again, some of that pressing at times, you just can't buy it.
The pressing was fantastic, but his actual quality on the ball, it really isn't the best. Do you remember that one time he got the ball out in the left wing and he crossed it out he nearly hit it into the stand. Like it was but we actually hadn't got, Kyogo's not a centre forward. Abada isn't a centre forward. Maeda isn't a centre forward. Like Giakoumakis is probably the only actual real striker that we have. Like you look at the waist. I mean, this just sounds ridiculous because 2 weeks ago we thought we were the best team that the world's ever created. Like when we beat them in Ibrox and even last week. So you don't want to go from knows what football is, one extreme to the other. But yet he's nowhere. Not saying I would play him, but he's just nowhere. With even an extra time, there was no one we'll just shove someone on up front in the hope you might get a goal. But there was nothing there at all. It just wasn't that day. It was kind of reminiscent in a way of when we got beaten by them on penalties at Hampden, where they just were so much more up for it than Celtic were, which is quite worrying considering we've got 5 games to go now. You feel like they're on the cusp of glory and everyone's confidence was sky high. And now you're thinking, Sunday, that's going to be hard.
Then Wolves is it goes without saying, it's the biggest game of the season. This is it. This is absolutely humongous. Massive. I think that the players have the ability to bounce back. I think that I'd say that wouldn't go down too well with Ange. I don't think he's a manager who wants to see performances like that. Certainly not. He's not in that job, obviously, to fucking, he wants them to be playing that sort of Ange ball. And, I think we have the ability to bounce back on Sunday and beat Ross County, but it's humongous. Like you say, confidence last week, absolutely buzzing for this game, buzzing for Ross County. We just need to win that game at all costs. We just need to win. Hopefully, Giakoumakis is back again. What's that? Sorry.
Even if it's a Ralston last minute winner again, they just need to win that game, by hook or by crook.
Even the Bobby Madden's refereeing the game, the fucking penalty in the last minute. Just anything. Great give man. Us just love him. Just give us the 3 points. But we're just hoping, and I didn't think we were going to be saying this a couple of months ago about Giakoumakis. I thought Giakoumakis, a lot of people had him read off. We didn't start too well. Missed that penalty against Livingston.
I was sending them back after that.
What's that?
I was sending them back after I walked out. He's never going to make it. He's a fraud, that guy.
But I mean, it's class of season as well. You see a player like that coming in and just fraving. You can tell that he's loving life at Celtic, and his performances the last lot of games has been fantastic. I just hope and pray that he's back in that team. He just gives you something different. He's that presence in the box where he's he commands that area. He's physical. He can link up well, and also he can finish the ball. So we'd love to get him back in. Hopefully he's fit for Sunday. Hopefully we just go up there and get the it's like we're just counting down the days now. Just get this game here, get it done, get it dusted. But yeah, any other moments in the game that you want to go over?
Not really, because it was a terrible game, wasn't it?
It just was. It was so like first 5 or 10 minutes looked promising. You know, both teams sort of come out and look as if they were going for it, and then just sort of fucking obviously nerves are going to creep in. You know, the occasion's going to get to some individuals. It clearly did, but it just was an awful game. It wasn't something that I was expecting. I just expected us to be completely up from it from the very start.
Yeah, I thought.
And go ahead, sir.
Yeah, no, you go ahead.
No, that's it. I just thought, you know, looking at the lineup as well, it was the lineup you were like, right, happy enough, let's go. Because I know a lot of people were saying, you know, start already over Rogic. I was happy. I thought that Rogic should have started after his performance at Ajax. But, you know, you look at that team and you look at the lineup and you go, right, you know, I'm happy enough with it. Still, I'm standing my ground over the Beaton situation. And again, is he the long-term answer? No, he's not. But right now, I thought as well, I don't think we touched on this point. When we went 1-0 up and after Carter Vickers missed that chance, I thought that was a perfect opportunity to put Beaton on. Obviously, you know, he wasn't. But someone like a Beaton, like a McCarthy, someone, you know, who can do the dirty work, who can get in.
Sure, yeah.
Exactly. But, you know, it's all about kicking on now. Pierce, like, again, he's said to us at the start of the season about, you know, we're in a position where we're going for the double. You know, you had a bit fucking someone's hand off for it. Yeah.
That's it. Like, Sunday hurt, and it seriously stings, and it's stone coming out of the ground. You were just like, but I think it's because there's a massive prize at stake, you know, and there's something to look forward to. You're just hoping they can get over it and push on, because I think if they win on, I said it when they beat St. Johnstone that was the league, but I do think if they win on Sunday up at Ross County, that means they just need to win 2 more games from the last 4, and that's the toughest game really. Out we're playing them, Ross County way is the toughest one, and it's to get it out of the way, get a nice win, and push on. Like, just try not to. Hopefully players aren't too down about it. Like, hopefully they weren't like the rest of us who were threatening to do all sorts.
Yeah, I see they got their way as well and got their game against Motherwell brought forward.
But to be fair, I don't even know why they were playing before us on the Sunday. Obviously, Sky were just like trying to fill space. I don't know if there's no English, but they might probably are trying to fill space before an English game. But just trying to ignore what they're doing, particularly in the league. Like, just focus on us, because it's so within Celtic's hands. It's just plough on and try and get a result on Sunday. Just get a win, and then look forward to playing them again.
Can you see him making any changes for the game on Sunday?
Giakoumakis, if he's fit, has to come back in. Beaton, what's his name? Julian played for the B team today, so you don't know if that's because of Carter Vickers might be injured to play him on the Sunday. But other than that, I don't know. Maybe O'Reilly for Rogic, but you don't know. What do you think?
I would keep it this. Listen, we need to go for it now, don't we? It's a game where we need to go out and attack and go for it and get an early goal and just settle the nerves, settle the team down. So I would like to see the likes of Jota. I would like to see the likes of Abada put on a really solid performance. I think that
Mikey Johnson,
you know, fuck's sake, Stephen Welsh up top. But you would listen. A game again, listen, getting beat by them in any situation, it doesn't matter what it is, it always stings, you know. It ruined my Easter. Number 1, it ruined my Easter. Number 2, it ruined my fucking dad. I must have had about 15 chocolate Easter eggs out there and drank about 25 tins of fucking Guinness. It'll be hard to pull back this week. But it's always, listen, the eyes on the prize this season. The league is everything. It's absolutely everything. We've got a cup already in the bag. You know, we're in a very, very nice position here. Dingwall on Sunday is absolutely everything. I would like to think that, you know, Ange was asked about complacency a few weeks ago, and he just seems like he doesn't accept it, and nearly should he. But I'd love to see the players, you know, put on a real solid performance and just get the 3 points. Just get up the road, get a win, get back down, and yeah, look forward to playing Emmons again on the 1st of May.
Yeah, you hope it hurt the players as well on Sunday, because that's the first defeat at home like, in Scottish football since they got beaten by them. Oh, sorry, by Livingston back in September. So
Yeah.
you're hoping that they've now got a bit of like, oh, we've got something to prove now. Like, so
Yep.
it's all about how they react on Sunday, and you like to think, to hope that they've got it in them to.
No, exactly. You can be very reactionary out there at defeat. You're calling for fucking people to be sent back to the like Jota, get Jota back to Benfica, the fuck, or get rid of him or whatever. Listen, that's part of being a football fan, isn't it? You call for these sort of things when you can through the emotions of a defeat like that, but you just like to see these players react well. And just put the performance in and fucking I think that it's very, like I say, like it's easy to criticize, but this team for me deserves a lot of praise. Under incredible pressure this year. The media had it in for them from the very start. They had it in for Postecoglou. To be in this position in the league is simply outstanding. It is it is miracle.
Like, some collapse though, wouldn't it, if you lost it from here?
I can't even talk about it. I can't even talk. Honestly, I can't even follow him at this stage. Listen, ever. Honestly, I won't wait ticket to fucking
I'd be like Ben
Peru
Stiller
or some shit. What's that?
I'd be like Ben Stiller in dodgeball when he puts all the weight on, like you just hibernating the summer.
Fuck you, Chuck Norris. No, but listen, it's very, very easy to get carried away sometimes and get ripped into the team, whatever else. I think we've got a lot out of our system today. This Furby side has been fantastic to get that done. But, again, this team, in my opinion, deserves a lot of praise. They've been fantastic domestically, and we're in a fantastic position now to kick on the rest of the season. Get this done. Get this season done. I'm not even enjoying it no more. It's got to the stage where it's like, honestly, like every game, it's just so unenjoyable. Like Alexi out there, I spoke to you before. I don't know if there's one human who actually sits down and enjoys a game of football like that. If you're a Celtic fan,
see if you win, there's no. It's just relief. If you win, there's zero enjoyment. Like I woke up Sunday morning, I was going to the toilet. Like I couldn't sleep and going to the toilet and it was 3:30 in the morning and I just couldn't cope. Like it was 3:30 in the morning and I was just ruined. Like.
It's just fucking. It's mental. It's mental with this. It's mental with this club, doesn't it?
To people, because if you don't get it, you'll never get it. Like
no, 100%. Even the relief when that first goal went in, because we were playing so bad, the relief I talked to you before about near collapsing. It's ridiculous. Like every single person sitting beside me watching that game is like, "You need to calm down. Like you need to see this is no good for your health." And they're fucking right. They're right. But
and during the game. Or a hard one there. What was your Apple clock watch?
Mate, I'm not even going to tell you. It must have been around 185 or something. Had to be. BPM. Like.
They're dead.
Just you can see an ambulance pulling up outside the house after the fucking match, you know what I mean? But mate, I don't know about you, but I can't wait to see the end of the season. Just get this league wrapped up, get it done. And
and
that's it.
For like 4 weeks, 6 weeks.
That's it. You can just sort of just relax and talk about, normal things.
Love Island
and actually have a conversation with her instead of blanking all day, focusing on Celtic. But no, mate, this has been good. It's never easy coming on here after being beaten, especially by them. But I think the team can dust down. Hopefully, get a fantastic response here on Sunday, like we said. And just we'll do a podcast before it, obviously, looking at the game and seeing about how we're going to look at the lineups and stuff and see. We're talking about the game, by the way, the very end of the season. But listen, mate, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm glad we talked about this. And hopefully, Kenny and Sean Ross has enjoyed that game, lads. Thank you very much for commenting. And speak to you all very soon. Pierce, take it easy, man. Pleasure as always.
Talk to you about 4 seconds.
Yes, peace.
Bye.